Tributes paid to America's war dead. Memorial Day ceremonies are a chance for American veterans to gather and reflect. Politics are normally left aside during these ceremonies, though politicians are plentiful. The tombstones here at Arlington National Cemetery commemorate conflicts going back to the very founding of this country. Recently, more space was created to accommodate U.S. deaths in Iraq and Afghanistan. But some are now beginning to question whether the loss of American lives in those most recent of Middle East conflicts could actually be called casualties of another.
Even in Israel,
veteran military analyst Mark Perry believes the Arab-Israeli conflict has more than just indirect effects on American lives. Perry keeps close tabs on the U.S. military's thinking towards Palestine.
There doesn't seem to be much doubt among officers I've talked to that every time Israel announces settlement activity, increased settlement, increased dispossession of Palestinian homes, it has an impact on our military status, and it could even cost American lives. It's highly classified. They have data on it. They actually show graphs, from my understanding, of increased settlement activity and increased activity against Americans.
A Central Command spokesman told Al Jazeera he was unaware of any such study, but a link between Israeli action against Palestinians and violence against Americans would echo a regional assessment made by U.S. Central Commander David Petraeus last March. The pro-Israel lobby scolded Petraeus when his testimony critiqued America's stalled Middle East diplomacy. He wrote to Congress how the enduring hostilities between Israel and some of its neighbors present distinct challenges to our ability to advance our interests. The conflict foments anti-American sentiment due to a perception of U.S. favoritism for Israel. That's a finding shared by foreign policy operatives, including Brian KATULIS at the Center for American Progress think tank. More than 50 of his former colleagues now have jobs in the Obama administration.
And what I've seen on my visits, and I visit regularly this part of the world, the Arab-Israeli issue is not an abstract issue. It's in the minds and in the hearts of many people, including the sorts of people that we're actually trying to win over in a counterinsurgency campaign.
Linkage is something that for years has made various Israeli governments uncomfortable.
Acting against Israel, putting pressure on Israel, is always very delicate, but it becomes less delicate if President Obama can cite military officers and military data to show that this issue has to be resolved.
The U.S. Armed Forces may present President Obama an opening. Their quiet backing may guide him forward with a winnable domestic policy argument for a peace process where the interests of Jewish settlers are trumped by the desire to save American lives. Clayton, Swisher, Al Jazeera, Washington.